Chapter 67, The Serpent's Grove. Having descended from the celestial summit, Tobian and Nivara found themselves in a new and mysterious landscape. The mountains gradually gave way to a dense forest, but this was unlike any forest they had ever encountered before. The trees here were ancient, their trunks gnarled and twisted, with bark that seemed to shimmer in the dappled light filtering through the thick canopy. The air was thick with the scent of moss and damp earth, and the sound of rustling leaves filled their ears as they ventured deeper into the woods. As they walked, Nivara felt the magic of the grove stirring within her. The energy here was potent, wild, and untamed, a sharp contrast to the serene celestial power she had recently embraced. The grove pulsed with life, and she could sense the presence of something ancient and powerful lurking within its depths. Tobian, Nivara said softly, her voice tinged with both curiosity and caution, "This forest is alive with magic, but it's different, primal. I can feel it calling to me." Tobian nodded, his eyes scanning the surroundings. "I can sense it too. The air is thick with it. There's something here, something that wants to be discovered." Nivara knew that another transformation was necessary if she was to attune herself to the magic of this place. The forest's energy was fierce, ancient, and serpentine. It spoke of survival, cunning, and the deep secrets of the earth. She closed her eyes, allowing the essence of the grove to envelop her, guiding her into her next form. As the transformation began, Nivara's luminous, celestial appearance faded, replaced by something darker and more mysterious. Her hair, once flowing with the colors of dawn, darkened to a deep emerald green, resembling the moss and vines that clung to the trees around them. It now cascaded down her back in long, twisting locks that seemed almost alive, swaying gently as if moved by an unseen breeze. Her eyes, which had held the brilliance of galaxies, now gleamed with a serpentine gold, sharp and penetrating like a predator's gaze. Her skin took on a smooth, dusky tone, reminiscent of the forest floor, with intricate patterns resembling scales subtly shimmering beneath the surface. Nivara's attire transformed into a gown of dark, flowing fabric that seemed to blend seamlessly with the shadows of the grove. The dress was adorned with delicate, vine-like patterns that wrapped around her body, their tips glistening like drops of dew. Around her neck, a pendant shaped like a serpent coiled around a gleaming emerald stone pulsed with ancient energy. She had become the spirit of the Serpent's Grove, embodying the wisdom, stealth, and primal power of the forest. In this form, Nivara exuded a dangerous beauty, her presence both alluring and intimidating. Tobian watched her transformation with awe, marveling at the fluidity with which she embraced each new form. "You're incredible, Nivara," he whispered, reaching out to touch her hand. "Every change brings out another side of you, another strength. I'm honored to witness it." Nivara smiled, her serpentine eyes glowing softly. "The magic of this grove is ancient and powerful, Tobian. We must tread carefully here, but I believe it holds something of great importance. Something we're meant to find." As they ventured deeper into the Serpent's Grove, the forest grew darker and more labyrinthine. The trees twisted and turned, their branches forming intricate, almost maze-like patterns above and around them. Strange, luminous plants glowed softly in the shadows, casting an eerie light on their path. The air grew cooler, and the sound of rustling leaves became more pronounced, as if the forest itself was alive and aware of their presence. Every now and then, Tobian and Nivara caught glimpses of movement in the underbrush, fleeting shadows that vanished as quickly as they appeared. They knew they were being watched, but whether by friend or foe, they could not tell. After some time, they reached a clearing in the heart of the grove. At its center stood a massive, ancient tree unlike any they had seen before. Its trunk was as wide as a house, and its roots snaked out across the ground like giant serpents. The tree's bark was dark and rough, and its branches were adorned with strange, luminescent flowers that emitted a soft, pulsing light. As they approached the tree, they noticed something unusual. Carved into the trunk was a series of symbols and markings, old and worn but still legible. Tobian immediately recognized them as ancient runes, the kind used in powerful magic and binding spells. "This tree is a focal point of the grove's power," Tobian murmured, tracing the runes with his fingers. "These symbols, they tell a story, a legend of a powerful guardian spirit that dwells within this grove, protecting something of immense value." Nivara nodded, her eyes narrowing as she examined the markings. "It's said that the guardian is the embodiment of the grove's magic, a serpent of immense size and wisdom. It has watched over this place for centuries, ensuring that only those deemed worthy may uncover the secrets hidden here." Just as she spoke, the ground beneath them began to tremble. The roots of the ancient tree shifted and twisted, rising from the earth like massive serpents. The clearing darkened as the canopy above thickened, and the air grew heavy with the scent of earth and moss. From the base of the tree, a massive serpent emerged. Its scales shimmered with a dark, iridescent sheen, and its eyes, glowing with a deep, primal intelligence, locked onto Tobian and Nivara. The serpent was as large as the tree itself, coiling around its trunk with a grace that belied its size. The guardian spirit had awakened. The serpent spoke, its voice a low, rumbling hiss that seemed to reverberate through the very earth. "Who dares to trespass in the sacred heart of the serpent's grove? Speak your purpose, mortals, or face the consequences." Nivara stepped forward, her own serpentine eyes meeting those of the guardian without fear. "We come seeking the wisdom of the grove and the power that lies hidden here. We wish to understand the ancient magic of this place, to learn from it and to protect it." Tobian, standing beside her, added, "Our journey has led us through many trials, each teaching us valuable lessons. We respect the power of this grove and the role you play as its guardian. We seek not to take, but to honor and learn." The serpent's eyes narrowed as it regarded them both, its massive head lowering to their level. For a tense moment, the clearing was silent, save for the rustling of leaves and the distant call of a night bird. Finally, the guardian spirit spoke again, its voice softer but still filled with authority. "You speak with sincerity and respect, and the grove has deemed you worthy. But know this, within this place lies the knowledge of the ancient ones, and with it, the power to shape worlds. Such knowledge is not to be taken lightly." With a flick of its tail, the serpent guardian gestured toward the base of the ancient tree, where a hidden hollow had opened, revealing a staircase leading deep into the earth. "The heart of the grove lies below," the guardian continued. "Descend if you dare, but be prepared to face the trials that await you. Only those with pure intent and unwavering resolve can hope to unlock the secrets within." Nivara and Tobian exchanged a determined glance. They had come too far to turn back now, and their resolve had only strengthened with each challenge they faced. With a nod of gratitude to the serpent guardian, they began their descent into the heart of the serpent's grove, ready to face whatever trials awaited them in the depths below. Chapter 68, The Whispers of the Moonlit Glade. With the wisdom of the serpent's grove behind them, Tobian and Nivara ventured into the unknown, guided by the ancient map they had uncovered. The forest around them gradually thinned out, giving way to rolling hills and open meadows. The sky above was a deep indigo, with a crescent moon casting a gentle glow over the landscape. As they walked, Nivara could feel a new energy calling to her, a soft, serene power that resonated with the light of the moon and the quiet beauty of the night. She knew it was time to change once again, to embody the essence of this new environment. Pausing in a moonlit glade, Nivara closed her eyes and let the energy of the night wash over her. Her transformation began slowly, the connection to the moon growing stronger with each breath. Her deep, forest green hair lightened to a silvery, almost ethereal shade, shimmering as if woven from moonbeams. Her golden eyes deepened into a soft, luminous silver, mirroring the glow of the crescent moon above. Her skin became pale and luminescent, as if kissed by the soft light of the moon. Her gown shifted into a flowing, silken robe that seemed to be made of the night sky itself, adorned with tiny, twinkling stars that glimmered as she moved. Nivara had become the spirit of the moonlit glade, embodying the tranquility and mystique of the night. "The moonlight is full of secrets," Nivara whispered, her voice like a gentle breeze in the night. "It reveals what is hidden, but only to those who seek with pure hearts." Tobian watched in awe as Nivara completed her transformation, her new form radiating a serene beauty that seemed to blend with the landscape around them. Inspired, he began sketching her once more, capturing the ethereal glow that surrounded her. As they continued their journey, the glade they had entered revealed itself to be more than just a peaceful resting place. The air was thick with magic, and the trees seemed to whisper to one another in the language of the night. The ground beneath their feet glowed faintly with a soft, silvery light, guiding them deeper into the heart of the glade. After some time, they arrived at a small, tranquil pond at the center of the glade. The water was so still it mirrored the sky perfectly, and the surface glowed with a soft, otherworldly light. At the edge of the pond stood an ancient stone archway, its surface covered in intricate carvings that pulsed with the same light as the moon above. "This must be the entrance to our next destination," Tobian said, studying the carvings. "But it seems to be sealed." Nivara stepped forward, her silver eyes reflecting the light of the archway. She could feel the ancient magic coursing through the stone, a magic that responded to the light of the moon. "This archway is attuned to the moon's light," Nivara said softly. "It will only open when the moon is at its peak, and when its light is reflected in the water." Tobian nodded, understanding what needed to be done. They would have to wait for the moon to reach its zenith, but in the meantime, they could explore the glade and attune themselves further to its magic. As they waited, Tobian and Nivara explored the moonlit glade, uncovering hidden symbols and signs that hinted at the glade's ancient history. They found old stone markers that pointed to a time when the glade had been a sacred place, where the light of the moon was worshipped as a source of knowledge and power. Finally, as the moon reached its peak in the night sky, the archway began to glow more brightly. The carvings on its surface shifted and moved, forming new patterns that seemed to guide the moonlight directly into the pond below. The water glowed with an intense, silvery light, and a beam of pure moonlight shot up from the center of the pond, striking the archway and causing it to shimmer with energy. The archway began to open, revealing a passageway filled with soft, glowing light. "This is it," Nivara said, her voice filled with anticipation. "The way forward." Together, Tobian and Nivara stepped through the archway, leaving the moonlit glade behind. They emerged into a new realm, a place bathed in the glow of the moon, where the light revealed hidden truths and ancient secrets. The landscape was a mix of rolling hills, serene forests, and shimmering lakes, all illuminated by the soft, silver light that seemed to emanate from everywhere and nowhere at once. The path ahead was clear, but Tobian and Nivara knew that this new realm would hold its own challenges and mysteries. The moonlight had shown them the way, but it would be up to them to uncover the secrets hidden within this place and to continue their journey toward the final destination revealed by the map. And so, under the watchful eye of the moon, Tobian and Nivara ventured into the unknown once more, their hearts filled with the quiet strength and determination that had guided them through every challenge thus far. The night was full of whispers, and they were ready to listen, to learn, and to face whatever new adventures awaited them in the light of the moon. Chapter 69, The Enchanted Caverns. As Tobian and Nivara journeyed through the moonlit realm, the landscape shifted once again. The serene hills and shimmering lakes gradually gave way to a rugged terrain, with towering cliffs and deep, shadowy valleys. The moonlight, although still present, was now a mere glimmer in the vast expanse of the cavernous world they were about to enter. Nivara could sense a new energy in the air, mysterious and powerful, yet subtle. It was time for her to change once more, to embody the essence of this new environment. They came upon a grand entrance to a cavern, its mouth draped in vines and glowing with a soft, emerald light. As they approached, Nivara felt the call of the cavern's magic. She stepped into a quiet alcove, her gaze fixed on the entrance, and began her transformation. The energy of the caverns enveloped her, and her appearance shifted dramatically. Her silvery hair transformed into a deep, mossy green, streaked with hints of rich earth tones. Her eyes took on the color of glowing amber, reflecting the deep, hidden fires of the earth. Her skin became a rich, earthy brown, flecked with tiny, luminescent veins that resembled roots and minerals. Her gown changed into a flowing robe of deep green and brown, adorned with intricate patterns resembling vines and gemstones embedded in the fabric. Nivara had become the spirit of the enchanted caverns, embodying the ancient, hidden magic of the underground world. "This place is full of ancient power," Nivara said, her voice resonating with the earthy tones of her new form. "The caverns hold secrets buried deep within the earth, and they call to those who seek their mysteries." Tobian, inspired by Nivara's transformation, sketched her in her new form, capturing the essence of the cavern's magic that now surrounded her. The cavern's entrance beckoned them, the emerald light growing brighter as they approached. As they entered the cavern, the emerald light intensified, revealing a labyrinthine network of tunnels and chambers. The walls of the cavern were covered in glowing crystals and phosphorescent fungi, casting an eerie, yet beautiful light that danced across the cavern's surfaces. The air was cool and moist, filled with the sounds of dripping water and the distant echoes of unseen creatures. Nivara led the way, her senses attuned to the subtle vibrations of the earth, guiding them deeper into the heart of the cavern. After a time, they reached a large chamber with a high ceiling, where the emerald light converged into a single, powerful beam. At the center of the chamber stood a massive stone altar, covered in ancient runes and symbols that pulsed with the same light as the cavern itself. "This altar must hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the enchanted caverns," Tobian said, examining the runes closely. Nivara approached the altar, her hands glowing with the earthy magic of her new form. As she touched the runes, they began to shift and rearrange themselves, forming a series of complex patterns that seemed to tell a story of an ancient civilization that once thrived within the caverns. "The runes speak of a great treasure hidden deep within the caverns," Nivara explained. "It is said to be a powerful artifact that holds the essence of the earth's magic." As she continued to decipher the runes, the chamber began to tremble slightly, and a hidden passageway revealed itself behind the altar. The passageway was narrow and winding, but it led to a vast underground lake, its waters glowing with a soft, otherworldly light. "The artifact must be located near this lake," Nivara said, her voice filled with anticipation. "We need to find a way across." Tobian and Nivara made their way to the edge of the lake, where they discovered a series of stepping stones and floating platforms made of shimmering crystal. The platforms seemed to move and shift with the flow of the water, creating a path across the lake. With Nivara's guidance, they carefully crossed the lake, using the platforms to navigate their way to a small island in the center. On the island stood a pedestal with a golden chest, its surface covered in intricate carvings and gemstones. "This must be it," Tobian said, his heart racing with excitement. "The artifact is inside the chest." Nivara approached the pedestal, her hands glowing with the energy of the cavern. As she unlocked the chest, a brilliant light erupted from within, illuminating the entire chamber with a warm, golden glow. Inside the chest lay a beautiful, crystalline sphere, its surface etched with ancient symbols and glowing with the power of the earth. The sphere seemed to resonate with the very essence of the cavern, pulsing with a rhythmic energy that felt both ancient and alive. "This is the heart of the enchanted caverns," Nivara said, her voice filled with awe. "It holds the power to connect with the earth's deepest magic." As they held the heart of the enchanted caverns, a new vision appeared before them, a glimpse of a hidden temple deep within a forest, bathed in the golden light of the artifact they now possessed. "We have found another piece of the puzzle," Tobian said, his voice filled with determination. "The path to the hidden temple is becoming clearer." With the heart of the enchanted caverns in their possession, Tobian and Nivara prepared to leave the cavern, their hearts filled with a renewed sense of purpose. The next leg of their journey awaited them, and the secrets of the hidden temple were drawing nearer with each step they took. Under the soft, emerald light of the enchanted caverns, they knew that their adventure was far from over, and that the greatest mysteries still lay ahead. Together, they set forth once more, ready to face whatever new challenges awaited them in their quest for the final secrets of their journey.